All right, guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993 coming at you. Yep, still looking a little bit scruffy. Was told it's probably how I was going to shave this off, but got too lazy to shave last night because, again, kind of ran, a little behind because of the, again, long but productive stream of last night's episode of Raw. But I didn't really plan on an entrance tonight, so unfortunately, I'm not going to have a special entrance for tonight because we have a double show tonight. We have two streams coming at you tonight. First, we will talk about SmackDown Live, which honestly won't be too long of a stream, I feel, because it really wasn't that exciting of a show tonight. We'll get to that shortly. And then also, again, because of my tight schedule this week, it was best for me to do it tonight. I will do my preview and predictions of WWE Evolution, which takes place this Sunday on the WWE Network, which once again, I will tune in and watch. I may not though get to watch at the beginning of it because again I'll be coming home from a weekend getaway trip. So that's the case of that. But first, that'll be Evolution. We will get to that after this stream. So let's talk about SmackDown Live really quick. I don't think this is going to be that long of a stream. Overall, nice episode of SmackDown. I mean, Raw was pretty good last night. Again, there are a couple little dips in it, but again, the story with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose's heel turn. And, all the other stuff that went on. Like, last night's episode of Raw was pretty stacked. And again, once again, as I said, it was emotional roller coaster ride. Coming out of that episode of SmackDown where I'm going to say anything bad happened. I couldn't look at it and say it's awful. But same time, not much really happened on the show. We had some decent action. We didn't really have any, intelligence insulting moments. But everything was what it was. It just felt like to me. It wasn't awful, but expected a little more for a go-home show also, too. Because both shows, despite Raw being pretty good, none of these shows really got me that hyped for Evolution, I feel, in my opinion. Like, I'm giving it a chance this Sunday, but I've been just kind of disappointed with, the end card result we're getting for Evolution. I'll talk about that, though, in my Evolution preview and predictions, though, after this stream. We got nobody in the live chat right now, which is all right. But, so let's get started right with the stream again. Tonight's episode of SmackDown took place in Newark, New Jersey, which was at the Prudential Center, I believe it was. The Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. We open up with the New Day coming out. Xavier Woods gets on the mic and says last week they were cheated out of their tag titles from the bar. Kofi continues saying they didn't just set the bar, they lowered the bar, but they get it. They took advantage of the situation, and that's what they do. But he's got a hard time wrapping his head, and so do I, around Big Show. Big Show. Yeah, that's right. If you guys forgot, last week, Big Show showed up randomly during the tag title match. And put Kofi Kingston through a table and pretty much aligned himself with the bar. And it just came completely out of left field. It's like it's random. Yes, I get to the fact that they're trying to even up the odds, but why Big Show? And Big Show didn't even explain himself in this match and on the show all the time. Why is he aligned with the bar? Besides the fact that, they needed, someone else, and they wanted to eat up the odds. Okay, but again, why Big Show? What does Big Show have against the New Day? As I said in my turn alert last week for Big Show, my opinion is I feel Big Show should still be a babyface. And that's because he's not even a part-timer anymore. He's an attraction who comes around here and there to put people over, which is cool with me. But when he's not doing that, again, he's kind of like, appearing on shows just, promote charity work and whatnot that WWE is doing. And personally, just knowing that Big Show in real life is a good guy. So, why is he, if he's going to be in that role, then why is he being a villain now? It makes no sense to me. Again, I feel somebody else could be benefiting from this rather than Big Show. But anyway, so Woods asks if that makes Big Show a bartender, and Big E says they thought that Big was cool, but that Grizzly's 7 foot Goof flips back and forth more times than a flapjack, which is pretty much true. And Kofi wants all the smoke, the payback, wherever it is Cesaro, Big Show, or Sheamus. He doesn't give a damn. Somebody's getting that work, baby. So out came the Bar, doing their usual entrance, and then they did their whole thing with they pointed each other, and out came Big Show, who came out, and then it looked like they were going to tease a match between Kofi and Sheamus. But then Sheamus was like, nah, and came Cesaro. Cesaro's in there going like, whatnot, like looking ready to fight. Then he backs out, and it ends up being Big Show versus Kofi Kingston. Why couldn't that have been to begin with? Because that's who Big Show went after last week. And I'll be honest, I Big Show being a heel just gives me bad memories back to his 2015 run as a heel. Again, I am sorry, but that was a terrible run for Big Show as a heel. That ongoing feud with Roman Reigns, being like, the world's biggest, cheerleader for the Authority. I'm sorry. That was terrible booking. And Big Show even himself admits that he didn't like being on TV around that time. Well, because all he was being booked to do is go out and punch people in the face, and that's not stuff he really cared for. The match I had was average. I'd say, it was basically just, Big Show being a dominating giant. Again, he wasn't looking like, some world's biggest child or cheerleader or whatnot, like I said, with the Authority. So I can at least appreciate that. But then the match ends after Sheamus, Cesaro, and Big E and Xavier Woods didn't start brawling. Didn't start attacking the others, but they called for the bell. I'm just like, they didn't attack. They eventually did go after, Big Show and Kofi. No one was being attacked also by the others, but it made no sense because neither one of the people who were in the match were attacked. And then they announced that Crown Jewel will be a rematch. But again, why Big Show? Why Big Show? And he was also on Raw. And he randomly comes over to SmackDown, has a match with Randy Orton, and then he randomly teams up with the Bar. Again, if they wanted to give the odds, they could have given it to somebody else. I don't know, maybe Andrade Cien Almas? They could have done Shinsuke if they wanted to. Could have at least got Big E or Kofi feud for the U.S. title, maybe. But why Big Show? Again, nothing against Big Show. It was just even like CM Punk said, Big Show being part of a heel stable has just been overdone how many times, and nobody else is really benefiting from it. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a big fan of this pairing. I would rather have been someone else. But at least it's a little bit more digestible because they're looking like they're going to book Big Show as at least a dominating monster, not just the world's biggest cheerleader for the Authority like he was in 2015. So that happens, and then they pretty much get the upper hand. The show was hitting chokeslam after chokeslam on Kofi, and then after the DQ, they knock out Xavier Woods with the knockout punch, and he does one more chokeslam. Of course, the Bar did Bar's hands got raised, and they did the whole thing pointed to the Big Show. I thought the Big Show would be putting his arms up in the air, but instead Big Show went like this, it looked like he was trying to squeeze out a poop or something. It looked weird as hell to me. But we got no explanation of why Big Show's joining them, or the fact that they wanted to even up the odds. But what does Big Show have against the New Day? Nothing was explained, and I'm very lost and confused right now. I don't know what's wrong with that. What's up with that? We then have a recap of last night's announcement about Roman Reigns having leukemia, and him returning to vacate the title. Because of course, again, it was necessary to mention that in case you missed Raw last night. We then have Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles getting a rematch against Reigns' cousins, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Tag match was decent. Again, it was last week's felt a little bit rushed. One I felt like I gave it a little more time, so it didn't feel as rushed to begin with. And then towards the end of the match, it looked like Styles was about to hit the phenomenal forearm on one of the Usos, but he got out of the way and almost ran into Bryan. He's like, "Okay, stop." It's like, again, we're good. We didn't run into each other. And then one Usos was behind them, got in between them, and then Styles went for a Pele kick, but he got Daniel Bryan. And it was obvious there. It's sometimes whenever you're trying to show off, whether or not something was an accident or if it was really intentional or whatnot. I feel like that wasn't too much of a sell show. Oh yeah, the Styles really go try to kick Pele, kick Bryan in the face. But eventually this time, last week it was Bryan who got pinned, and this time led to AJ Styles getting pinned off of the Usos, whichever Uso did the Uso splash. I think it was Jimmy hitting it on AJ. And when Jimmy jumped in the air, he did the cocking the fist as like, a tribute to Roman Reigns, which again, I appreciate it. I was hoping it would have done something on live TV with the Usos, like, just like, honoring the respect for their cousin, because, Roman's always mentioned that the Usos are pretty much his best friends growing up and still are to this day his best friends. So yeah, I mean, the Usos win. I'm guessing this is going to mean once the Bar is done feuding with the New Day, they're probably going to feud with the Usos next, which I wouldn't mind seeing a handful of matches from them, because they did have the match last year at Survivor Series, the Bar and Usos, when they were each tag champions. I think putting them into like a series of matches as a feud could be pretty interesting. I say, since we've seen Bar and New Day several times already, so why not the Bar and the Usos? So I look forward to seeing, that when it comes. And but not a bad match. Then we get this video package with Charlotte at the Performance Center talking to a bunch of the NXT women's superstars, just answering their questions and whatnot. And then Becky Lynch showed up and saying, you should be taking questions from the champ and not her. And they get into a brawl and he got separated out, which I thought it was cool to try something different, taking him to the Performance Center to brawl and whatnot. Not really much really complain about him here. And the fact that, Becky had a point, why are they taking questions from Charlotte and not the champ? Once again, showing that Charlotte's still being thrown in that prominent role of being a higher up, where Becky Lynch not getting that respect. Once again, kind of harder to root for Charlotte here when it's still Becky, the one who's like just trying to get the respect she deserves. And even with shoot, I forgot my train of thought there. But even though, again, Becky's supposed to be the heel there's still spots like that where it's like, okay, we want to see Becky get that respect, but she's still not getting it. She's supposed to be a heel champion. So good segment. I enjoyed it. I liked how they tried something different. So yeah, I do look forward to hopefully that being the main event this Sunday at Evolution. So we'll see what happens when things go down there. We then have AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan backstage. Also, which is took place first before the Performance Center segment. They run into an interview where AJ contests the idea of what just happened was anything but an accident. But Bryan agrees in a somewhat fictitious manner, asking if they hit him in the face because his nose might be growing. Styles is starting to figure out that he's making a Pinocchio reference as Bryan continues to make like his nose is growing before playing it off like he wants a too sweet brother, leading to AJ storm off. And I was like, okay, like I don't know what the heck that was supposed to be. But we got that. Then we had Aiden English taking on Rusev, and Rusev pretty much just squashed Aiden English. He just tossed him into the barricade and just beat the holy hell out of him. For the most part, pretty much Aiden got a little bit of offense in, but then he gets a little zealous trying to blame things on Lana again. Lana just throws a shoe at him. He gets him to tap out the accolade. So short and sweet to the point. Rusev, look like a dominating monster, tearing Aiden apart. We're not going to have one solid Aiden night. Instead, we're going to continue on happy Rusev Day. But Rusev's not in anything at all for Crown Jewel, so who knows where he goes next from here. And Aiden English, nice knowing you, but I'm pretty sure you're going back to catering now. But so that happened there. No ain't a lot of chat tonight. Wow, this sucks. Oh well. Then we have Miz TV, everybody's chain for Truth TV. We just got Miz TV. Talks about SmackDown 1000 last week and all the great memories already made on that one, like Becky Lynch cutting down Edge on his own show, Evolution reuniting, and of course him being Rusev to qualify for the WWE World Cup at Crown Jewel. But also a future Hall of Fame returned and defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to secure a spot in the same tournament as well. Rey Mysterio. Rey comes out, takes his seat. Miz puts him over, but says as a host of Miz TV, he's curious why he's back. Mysterio then says it feels so good to be back, but the reason he's back is because, but then Miz cuts him off and says he knows why he's back. He's here to show the world the little engine can climb up that hill if you wish big enough and try hard enough. All dreams can come true. Miz calls it very 90s of him and says folks aren't interested in the plucky underdog anymore. They care about larger-than-life stars like him. While Ray's been on hiatus, the A-lister's been here becoming the most must-see superstar of all time. The star of this show, the network, and everything, the multi-talent W who does it all, and at Crown Jewel, he'll be crowned best in the world by winning the WWE World Cup. He posed for a moment before telling Mysterio he's sorry to disappoint, and Ray says he's right. He's very disappointed because he thought he was going to be booked for Truth TV. Miz asked if that was a joke. He says Truth was full of jokes until he got beat and his show got canceled. And last week's action was illegal of him having the show. He threatens to cancel Ray too, and Mysterio says he'll save him the trouble, saying he didn't come back to be on some dusty talk show. He came back to compete, so he pretty much challenges Miz to a match. Miz at first pretty much just thinks it's just a ruse. But he cheap shots Mysterio, but then Ray gets energized and sets him up off the ropes, and the Miz backs off, and then we go to commercial break, and it sets up for a match between Rey Mysterio and the Miz, which apparently is the first time, I believe, since I think they said since SummerSlam 2012 that the Miz and Rey Mysterio have gone up against each other one-on-one. Match wasn't bad, I'd say. I'm still. The spot that I like about I held my breath for a little bit was, again, I like that little slide Mysterio does underneath the bottom rope, landing on top of his opponent, but I got a little scared this one because he did it with the Miz right in front of the announce table, and I was afraid Mysterio was going to be running his head into the announce table, which would not have been too good. I would feel my opinion. The match happened. I mean, nothing really too special about it. I mean, I thought it was a solid match, I thought, between the two of them to give Ray some time back in the ring. Of course, he went for a 619 a couple times. He didn't get it, but then he got it again towards the end, and he has a diving splash for the win. So Mysterio gets the win, give him some momentum going into Crown Jewel. Don't know if we'll see him in action all next week. If he's in action, I'll explain something towards the end of this review. Of course, I hope what it will do next week for the participants in the World Cup at Crown Jewel, or whatever the heck you want to call it. So that is that. What's up, Mark? He says, "How are you? Not too bad about yourself, man." He says, "I'd rather see Truth TV than Miz TV." I agree, definitely. Truth TV is a lot more entertaining. Even though the Miz is great also, but I think Truth TV has hit a high note as well in recent memory. We then see Jeff Hardy backstage get like the light shine on him, opening one eye and then closing it. The other eye opens as the light comes on him on the other side of the face. And we're told that he will be in their main event against Randy Orton. Then we were supposed to get a tag team women's match next. Naomi and Asuka making their entrance. Of course, Asuka continued to be put over as just a comedy act. Pretty much, as I keep saying, she's no longer a dominating badass Empress of Tomorrow. She's now a comedy act. And it makes me sick to my stomach. She comes out, and they were supposed to have a tag team match against Sonya Deville, and as I say it, Mandy. Once again, sorry, but my mouth waters when Mandy Rose comes out, because she looks fine as always, even though apparently she's dating Tina Sabatelli, so that sucks. But anyways, they're about to have their match. But then out came the Iconics. They got on a microphone. They talk about how they're going to make history by winning the Battle Royale, and it'll be iconic. But then Lana comes out, and then Carmella. And then Carmella gets on the microphone and says, nobody wants to hear anybody talk. What everybody in Newark, New Jersey wants is a dance break. So she starts to dance, but then out of the blue, Zelina Vega runs in and throws her into the ring, and then they all start to brawl. Everybody's knocked out, and then first, like the last people in the ring are Zelina Vega and Lana. Which, again, I've always said that Zelina Vega, I appreciate, the what she showed in the as the manager for Almost Done NXT. I mean, she still is, of course, right now, but she showed like the potential taking people out like Roderick Strong, Johnny Gargano, and even attempt on Drew McIntyre with her Karana and whatnot. But she still has a little bit more ways to impress me a little bit more as a wrestler. She gave her some more singles action rather than her feeling just like a valet who gets in action here and there. But it came out her and Lana, which I'm like, okay. She throws Lana. Here's the thing also about a little sloppy about this too is most of them were thrown underneath the ropes. Not many of them were thrown over the top ropes. So Vega's acting like she's coming out on top. Asuka comes from behind, hits her with her spinning kick to her jaw, and Zelina rolls off again from underneath the ropes. Barely anyone went over the top ropes. So Asuka stands in there tall, but the Battle Royale, don't care too much for Sunday. I hope it's coming out in between Ember and Asuka, but I'll talk about that more in my preview and predictions. We did have Randy Orton get an intense look with his hoodie up, getting ready for his main event match. Then we have Shane McMahon come out, and that was not advertised. So I'm thinking, oh, here comes Shane McMahon. Maybe this is not like like maybe some special guest happening on Sunday, or even maybe we'll have this could be something involved in Survivor Series since that's coming up. So I'm like, maybe this could be good. So I tuned in. All I did was come out and just hype up Crown Jewel and this Sunday. That's all he really did. And I'm just like, okay, nothing really too crazy there. During the time, there's also CM Punk chance whenever they mentioned best in the world. Then Shane questions is saying, I don't think he's in the match, pretty much, and moves on from it. We have our main event match. It's Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. First time these two have faced each other since their Hell in a Cell match. Kind of bothered me about having Miz and Mysterio and Hardy and Orton is, that's kind of, take away a little bit of prestige from the matches that we could be getting at Crown Jewel. So, like is Mysterio going to face Orton and Hardy going to face Miz at Crown Jewel? Or is, I don't know, we could see Miz and Orton face each other and Hardy and Mysterio. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like, having them face, each other tonight kind of watered that down a little bit of the possibilities. Just to see who's going to face who in the World Cup. Even though, again, the only reason we all care about is the Miz wins, giving him the right to, get into the WWE Championship feud with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. The match with Hardy and Orton, though, was not too bad. Again, I remember just comparing it to, the match at Backlash was kind of average, like nothing. It was kind of boring. Nothing really happened with it. But adding, Orton's, sadistic mind and whatnot, going after the ear again of Jeff Hardy when Hardy was hung from the tree of woe, pulled on the ear. Of course, he was against a post, so you got the 5 count of we're breaking up. He got under the ear again. He slammed Jeff Hardy into the announce table, but Hardy tried to fight back, hitting a nice whisper in the wind on him. Unfortunately, things changed though. We went for a swanton bomb, and he landed right on the outside. Thank goodness the padded mat was not opened up and seen the concrete, or else that would have hurt. Just ask Seth Rollins last night, and of course Johnny Gargano was taking that shot before into the hard ground. But anyways, so towards the end, first Orton goes in for the punt. Didn't happen. Goes for the RKO. Hardy tries to do a backslide on him. Didn't work out. And then he went to do a twist of fate, but then Orton twisted around. He hit the RKO, and he wins, and that's how the show ends. So besides it's like a lame battle royale thing, and then I like the segment with Becky and Charlotte. Once again, just like Raw, I mean, even though, again, Raw was pretty good this week, not much hype for Evolution this Sunday. It kind of acts like, after Evolution's it's just happening. Doesn't feel as important as probably it should be. Of course, we'll talk about that in a few minutes in my Evolution preview predictions. But that was SmackDown. Again, I wouldn't say it was terrible, but wasn't really that great. I gave it a C+ because, the action we got was decent. Man, that wasn't bad. Mysterio and Miz wasn't bad either. But yeah, nothing really happened. Very skippable episode of SmackDown Live. I'm going to give it a C+. Live chat. Marcus said, I still don't get why they paired Big Show with the Bar. Again, neither do I, because it just doesn't make any sense. Again, I feel somebody else could benefit from it than Big Show. Again, I know Big Show. I do have respect for Big Show, but again, he's more of an attraction than a part-timer. So if he's more so appearing on the show to promote charity work, then why would you turn him heel? Like someone like maybe like Andrade Cien Almas or even like Shinsuke Nakamura could benefit from being paired up with the Bar. Again, if Nakamura's U.S. champion could be paired with the Bar and give Big E or even Kofi, even Xavier Woods, like one of them in the U.S. title picture or something like that, just to get New Day something to do as well. But why Big Show? Again, it's just very random, and I really don't get it. They should turn Asuka heel. I do agree they should, because as a face, she's just if Vince really cannot stand her English, then why just make fun of her on live TV and just make her into a comedy act? Turn her heel and make her the ultimate badass again, like she was. Do you think they're going to turn Daniel or AJ before Crown Jewel? I don't think they are. I would think that's going to stick to being just a face on face feud, because I think the Miz is going to get involved in it. So I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I think was going to happen there. But yeah, C+ for SmackDown. 7 votes on my Twitter poll for what grade would you give it? 14% said A, 14% said B, 57% said C, 15% said D or lower. And what show did you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown Live? 5 votes on this. 20% said Raw, 80% said SmackDown Live. So more people enjoyed SmackDown, which is fine. Me, it was definitely Raw. C+ for SmackDown. And then also I did a poll for how excited are you for Evolution? 4 votes, 50% said can't wait, 25% said meh, 25% said don't care. Kind of in the meh portion. Maybe I'll talk about that one in my card predictions. So yeah, pretty short review for SmackDown. We didn't really have anybody in the live chat tonight, and there wasn't much to talk about anyway. So I'll move on now to my Evolution preview predictions video, which will be taking place at by about 10 minutes, take a 10-minute break and whatnot, and I'll do that around 11 o'clock. And then I will also tonight, before I go to bed, try to do the first level of Halloween Wolf 3D also, to get that Let's Play going. That way I can hopefully have that done by Halloween next Wednesday. So yeah, thank you, Mark, for joining me this live review. Again, if you want to join me afterwards for my Evolution preview prediction, I'll be doing that one next tonight as well. Again, just be patient. We have a pretty busy week. Check out my turn alerts also for Dean Ambrose, Elias, and Braun Strowman. I uploaded those shortly before SmackDown. Make sure to also check out my Please Sign Robbie endorsement video, and check out Robbie's Evolution fantasy card prediction, which is in the description box of the Please Sign Robbie video. And also make sure to also check out my Tommaso Ciampa music video as well, as that turned out pretty good. I was pretty pleased with it. So again, C+ for SmackDown Live. Guys, we're great. Would you give SmackDown Live? Leave thoughts down in the comment section below. And make sure as always to click my like and start coming my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DeMayEverybody3. And guys, I'll see you in about 10 minutes for my live preview and predictions of WWE Evolution. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Peace.